Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to carry on with our ascendants, and as you know, I do sidereal zodiac, which is about 23 to 24 degrees behind the tropical western. So it could be that your ascendant will change or drop back one sign in the sidereal. I personally find that this works better for me, even though both types of astrology are accurate. It just really depends on the astrology and what they resonate with most. You can download Cosmic Insight app and put your details in. It will produce you a chart and you can see where your ascendant is, which will be AS. So Cancer ascendant. Cancer is a movable or a cardinal sign. It's a water sign, so it means that it's an emotional sign because being water, and it's action oriented house as well, and it's ruled by the moon, and as such, being ruled by the moon, or you already know that it will be constantly changing. So these people are very sensitive, very emotional, and they can feel their emotions being quite up and down as well. If you have a friend who is a Cancer ascendant, she will be like looking after all of you, like a mother. They are really, really caring. So what can they expect as the foundations, if you like, of a Cancer ascendant? Because obviously I don't know where your planets are, but I can give you a little foundation of what to expect. So basically, Sun rules their second house, and as we know, Sun is very fixed and the same every day, very consistent. So they can expect a very consistent family and consistent upbringing, and they also will normally do quite well with money as well. So because it's a fixed sign, they will normally have some savings, and they can actually normally these people have got wealthy families, so I wouldn't say that that was necessarily an issue, although we don't really know what the situation is with the Sun in their life. And their third house and the 12th house is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is not friends with the moon, so they could have communication issues with their friends, with their siblings, because obviously third house is communication and siblings, and 12th house is house of loss and far away lands. So they could actually find that they can't communicate very well with their siblings, or sometimes even their friends, but going away, long distance travel can actually improve, and short distance can actually improve their speech and communication skills. And then the 4th house and the 11th house are ruled by Venus. In Vedic astrology, 11th house is not a great house, particularly for cardinal or movable signs. So I would say that they could have some issues with their mum a little bit. Their mum could be very beautiful, very creative, but there could be some issues with the mother that they need to work on, because obviously the more you work on your 4th house, the more you work, the more the inner peace and peace of mind you have in life. And it's also, obviously, Venus also rules their 11th house, which is house of big gains as well. So they could have a beautiful big house, or they can gain through property. And then their 5th house and their 10th house are both owned by Mars. So Mars becomes a very, very beneficial planet for them, even though it's a malefic planet. So it's called in Vedic astrology Yoga Karaka, because it rules a trinal and angular house. They can expect to be have a very good career, and they could they could be teachers, or they could be counselors, they could work with children, but nonetheless, whatever they end up doing, because obviously it depends on the planets, conjunctions, aspects, they will be very well recognized in their job. I mean that's the reason why you see a lot of creative people in film industry being Cancer ascendants, because naturally Cancer is a house that Cancer ascendants can normally have fame. It just comes to them. It's very natural, and you can see why, because Mars is such an important planet to them. And then we have like 6th and 9th house are ruled by Jupiter. So ninth house is obviously the best trinal house. So they bring a lot of good karma from previous lives if Jupiter's strong. But because he owns also the 6th house, and 6th house is house of debt, divorce, conflicts, litigation, diseases. So they could have a father who has or teachers, if you like, that are quite negative in their life, have a slightly negative influence. They've got to watch out for teachers like that, gurus like that. But equally, they could be really good at daily routines. They could be good at yoga and exercise, look after themselves, be quite spiritual. They could have a spiritual father, or they could have a father who's a lawyer as well. And then 7th and 8th house are ruled by Saturn, so they could expect to have a very wise, very mature partner. They have to be careful because the first, or the early sort of relationship can give them a sort of like they could not work out, and they gain the experience to deal with relationships. But generally speaking, those people can give them a good foundation. So I would probably say for Cancer ascendant, that will be Mercury will be the most difficult of them. So work on your speech, on your communication skills, and you'll gain a lot through it. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thank you.